Before we go any further, let me make one thing clear. In the grand scheme of things, there may not be any wrong turns. But when you're trying to film a travel doco with your non-English speaking employers, there are definitely times when the map gets it wrong. As the title card says, this is indeed a film about a film that never got made. It's not that we couldn't have made it, it's just that we quit. Let's just say we disagreed about the what, the why and the how, not to mention the money. Oh yeah, and then there was this. It's kind of hard to film yourself driving around an entire continent when you ride off your car in your first real foray into the outback. Yet aside from having near-death experiences in wayward Land Cruisers, what we mostly did was have meetings, make plans, argue about plans, make more plans, have subsequent meetings, and so on and so on. In fact, nothing much has changed on that front. Madame Sue still loves a good 5-year plan. But here's the thing about making a film like the one I failed to make. A lot of the time, stuff just happens. In a way, this sequence from Stefano's restaurant in Mildura captures the mix of scripted formula and rolling chaos that typified the Zhonghua TV modus operandi.
Zhonghua viewers will remember this table from a couple of weeks ago when we did exactly what we did today, drink beer and eat some fantastic food. Now I believe we are about to go off to a winery with Stefano Di Pieri, who's the famous gourmet chef here in Mildura.
Little did I know that as soon as I finished this rambling link, fate, in the form of our translator Christy, would intervene to change the course of the entire journey.
Good news! We have solved the tour for the Lake Mungo.
Oh, excellent.
On Monday.
Monday?
Yes.
As in
and
the Monday,
friends
the Monday
Rudy.
after the exhibition.
Yes.
Well done.
And he will
Yes,
bring
so
the camera with us as well.
Yay, Christy!
So thank you.
The Lake Mungo that Christy is excited about is a famous site in archaeology and anthropology, a real filming coup for us. But, as it happened, the last place we visited before our now legendary motoring mishap.
Excellent. You know, Lake Mungo, seriously, will be probably one of the most interesting things that we film because of its archaeological, its historical. The oldest, I think it's called Lake Mungo Woman, and it's just I think she's like one of the oldest human remains ever found. You know, and the oldest human footprint that anyone knows of is at Lake Mungo. So it's like.
To be honest, I'm not sure how much of that is actually true, but as with the paddle steamers in the previous episode, I became an instant expert. Good enough for TV anyway.
星期一早上就是我们艺术展结束以后，然后星期一就是我们就去那边拍，然后是做。
As long as we didn't lose too much in the translation, or rather, Christy found a way to make sense of it all.
因为在那边我们可以找到第一个就是人的脚印，还有就是他们的那个海石哇，所以我们可以在那边艺术展里。
When I look back at all that 2013 footage through the prism of post-pandemic paranoia, and I contemplate things like fake news and disinformation, I look at myself and I think, hang on, buddy, who made you the authority? I mean, I knew hardly anything about Lake Mungo, let alone Mildura or paddle steamers. Pretty sure I didn't care that much either. But then, like I said, things just happen. You meet someone, they recite a few brochure facts about a pioneer homestead, and the next thing you know, voila, I'm now the local historian. Well, we're here in the original house built by the Chaffee brothers from Canada, who are the guys who set up the irrigation around the area, and this is their magnificent dining room. Well, there's some fantastic stained glass windows in this house, some of which represent kind of what happens here in Mildura, and particularly grape growing. Now, I'll be honest with you. I know bugger all about 19th century sewing machines and very little about the social history of clothing. But if you happen to walk into a room with an old sewing machine, what are you going to do? In the days before we could go to the main street and buy whatever clothes we liked, a lot of people, even the wealthy, used to make their own clothes, or at least repair them. The thing is, this entire historic house sequence was a classic case of right place, right time, right shirt. We had no intention of extolling the so-called pioneer spirit or waxing lyrical about irrigation. In fact, we were more interested in the local indigenous angle, hence Lake Mungo. But if you can't quite get what you want, why not make use of what you get? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it takes a genius to work out what this little thing would have been used for. This was what people used to wash themselves in before we had showers and baths and all of that bathroom vanity stuff. People used to stand in tubs like this and wash themselves, quite probably in cold water. I don't like the sound of that personally. Although this would clearly be a great opportunity for some kind of poo joke, which would of course be hilarious, I think I'll leave it to this guy to do all the crap talk. Not only has it been a really, really good day here in Mildura for all of us here at the Zhonghua TV team, we've had great meetings, we've met townspeople, we've just had an absolutely fantastic meal. But what this has really done is what we hoped it would do, which was set the scene for the 2013 Roaming Australia tour. And we're very much looking forward to you guys joining us on a tour of this fantastic country and seeing it not just through Chinese eyes, but through the eyes of all cultures, including the indigenous people of this country. And so with that thought, we leave you tonight. We hope you have a good week and we hope to see you somewhere in Australia sometime soon. Cheers. Ooh, the sincerity. So convincing. Give them the sign and drive. Action. Since we started making this video, it's become apparent that despite the extensive planning and considerable amount of money that went into it, there was a lot about Roaming Australia that wasn't in the script. And, looking back, maybe they were the best bits.
Oh, they're not going to continue down the road?
Yeah. Well, turn around and we'll get there.
But improvisation doesn't come naturally to everyone, as you'll discover in the next episode when Madame Sue puts on her CEO chairperson hat and lets me know in front of everyone that I'm just not sticking to the plan. Yeah, look, I wonder what she'll think of this video.